Alright, hello class. We're going to make a seamless brush today. This can be used in your texture vignettes or in your mask. So it's just another brush that has a little bit of a smooth edges as opposed to the stamp variety that we did before. So I'm going to go File, Browse and Bridge because I want to look at all my textures to pick out one that's good.
Mommy!
I'm going to go to my desktop. Where are my textures? Texture. Alright, so I'm looking at my different textures, and the green one has a nice repeatable texture, and this one over here has one. So I'm going to start off with the green one because it's pretty consistent. It's not varied. I would have liked to have it a little bit varied, meaning like it's different, more random. Maybe I'll go with this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to double click it, open it in Photoshop, and I'm going to get rid of this dark area first. So I'm going to select it with my patch tool. So if you didn't have your patch, mine was already selected, but you patch tool right here, and I'm just going to patch it with something that has a similar space. Try to blend that in. Looks pretty good. I don't see it anymore. Maybe there's a little bit of a weird spot right there. I'm going to click that with my spot healing brush. Just get rid of that edge. Alright, so now that looks good right there. Alright, so a few more blemishes that I wanted to get rid of. Alright, so now I have my texture. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go and I'm going to make it just black and white. So I'm going to go to threshold, and now I have a black and white. I can adjust this, make it darker or brighter. I think right here looks pretty good. So I'm going to click OK. Now I'm going to go filter, other, and offset. So this allows me to see where my design can be fixed. So right now my wraparound this is just the actual look. This is the way it looks. So if I offset these, I'm seeing what it looks like if it wraps around and connects into another spot. So I see a line right here. This is probably the edge. I see another one right here. It's not too bad. Maybe this dark spot is a little bit telling. So let's see if I can get rid of that or move it around so it's less noticeable. It's a little less noticeable right there, and I'm going to click OK. So I see a few lines that I'm going to try to get rid of, just using my clone stamp. My spot healing brush. Just trying to get rid of some of the lines that I see that are apparent. And I don't have to do the whole line, just a few spots. Alright, so now I have my texture. It looks pretty good. What I'm going to do is go to Image, Edit, and go down to Define Pattern. So I'm going to title this, this was a placemat, so placemat texture. And click OK. So I just made a texture from it. So what I want to do is I want to go to my brushes. I'm going to open a new document, to test it out, art illustration. I'm going to do a 1000 grid pixel. Make sure my colors are black and white, so I click this, or I can click D to make it black and white. And what I want to do is open my brush settings. A lot of times it defaults to height, so if it says height right here, just go up to multiply and change it to multiply instead. If your texture isn't showing, you can choose it by clicking on that. And scale means how big it is on the brush. You can make it smaller or bigger. I like it a little bit more detail. Brightness, contrast, you can make it more defined or you can make it less defined. I'm going to adjust mine a little bit. And this is all under the texture brush, so I'm sorry I didn't even say that in the beginning. So under texture, you want to make sure texture is on, and then you'll have all these settings in there. So again, in texture, I click on texture, I choose my brush, change it from height to multiply so that I can see it, and then I adjust my brightness and contrast and my scale. Alright, so let's take a spin, see how the brush looks, and it looks pretty good. So it's a good way to make seamless brushes, and like I said, you can use this in your texture vignettes or even your mask drawings. Alright, that's it.